we're jumping straight into some C-Class Carnage. Alright, this is going to be one lap at Ogemaw Sport Trail. This is the newest addition to the District 14 lineup for racing. And it's a little bit sandy. I'm not used to sand. You'd think riding here in Michigan I would, but I've been spoiled by all these other tracks that, or tracks that don't have it. So it takes me a little bit to get my sand bearings going. And we're running this motocross track backwards. Not sure of the reason for that, but that just meant really no jumping, not much jumping. If you're fast, you're jumping everything. You just had to land flat. So at the beginning of this, this is the first time I've ever done it, at least that I can think of. I hit my E-start for just a fraction of a second, and it's probably what normally the bike takes to get started up, but I hit it for that brief second and it didn't start up. And I was like, whoops, I guess I gotta hit it longer. So, which might have worked out better because there's that pile up around that first corner, so might have avoided something, I don't know. So since yours truly has not been like I'm not racing the best, just health-wise. Just been like freaking just horrible this year. I was gonna take it easy because I knew that this was gonna be a little bit more of a technical track. Because I have rode here once about 10 years ago. My dad and I came just like randomly. I wanted to go to a motocross bug and I'd never been to one. So we came here and rode for the day, and I do remember the track being very sandy. I was on my 99 YZ125. My dad was on a Suzuki 350. I want to say maybe a DR something.
Thank God for knee guards.
Yeah, and I didn't want that guy to fall in front of me, and I didn't want him to fall onto me, so I hurried up and gassed it a little bit, and I think it was his helmet, clipped my knee pad, or my knee guard, whatever you want to call it. So I avoided that one, and luckily it wasn't like a hard hit on the knee, or I'd be like, oh wow, I just, smoked his helmet, but just a little thump. That's why I got pads, that's why he has a helmet. So, how should I recap this race? Let's start with the beginning. The weather was perfect. Cool in the morning. I had to say maybe 60 degrees on the start time of racing. So, oh man, perfect. Did a little riders meeting, not too far from the starting line. So, everything worked out there. And as far as the track itself, it seemed like it had a mix of some old trail, some new trail, some hillish climbs, which they weren't like technically hard themselves, but the terrain was a little bit, whatever. You had some rocks, some other riders that were stuck on there. So I got up to this one part, the very first backup. So like I'm coming here, I'm just kind of like filling out this new trail, and so I'm going through, and then I get to my first backup, and all of a sudden I have like deja vu of what was it, Muskegon? That Muskegon hill climb where all the C-Class riders were stuck on it. And I was like, rather than trying to jump ahead all crazy, I was like, hey, I'm just going to take a pause for a second, wait for that right opening. So I'm kind of like going through the options while I'm looking at it. And I was going to like fast forward and cut out some of the footage for that. But then I thought to myself, well, you know what? If you've never been here before, you might want to see some of it. And here's our first little slow up. See, one or two guys kind of get stuck in there, and then it's a deep sand, you can tell. I get a little squirrely here trying to get back into it. Whoa, I'm like, just rolling. That guy in the red, white, and blue, we run across him a lot. I think he's in my class. So, what's up, buddy? So anyways, yeah, so we come up to it, and I'm just like looking, and all it takes is two guys to block, because it's kind of like a deep trail area. Like, there wasn't much, all the ones we always get stuck, it's never flat on the side where you just go around. It's like deep like this. So it took two guys to kind of get stuck up in that area to back up everyone else. Oh, see, almost lost it in the sand there. Thank you, tree, for holding me up. But I was actually caught up in the caution tape on my camera mount or something. I was like about to rip it, and then it came off. Yeah, I think the backup might be coming up. But anyways, yeah, I left it all in because I was gonna like, first I was gonna go fast forward it. Then I was just gonna go and move it to the sections where I actually move. But then you're not gonna be able to see me looking around, looking for different options, seeing what the other guys are doing, because I had a couple spots to move, and then all of a sudden someone came and took my spot. So I had to kind of look and see what areas didn't look so sandy, because I didn't want to like move up and then stop at a super sandy spot, and then I go to take off and it's already dug in. So I went and just kind of went to some solid areas that I'd have a halfway decent run up once I finally do get clear to go. And luckily I made it. This was, oh yeah, I know what that guy just hit. Those little funky roots down there. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break for a second. Yeah, the 300 was perfect for this because I mostly just grunted and groaned through anything that was more technical with the hill climbs here. Second or third gear was pretty good. Second gear for the big hill climb. Third gear for about everything else. I did accidentally click down the first gear on one of the hill climbs, and I could tell because it was just way too grunty and everything, and I was like, whoop, that was first gear, but I forgot to start my Garmin watch so I could data log my race. And look what I let by, the party train. That's alright. I'm just racing for fun this season. I literally need to get back to working out and getting healthy and come back next season and be a little bit better. Which, in hindsight, there is a hard enduro coming up at the for the Mad Moose's the Mad Moose in what is it? Marquette, Michigan. So, if anyone thinks they're fast, everyone thinks they're tough, come on out to the Mad Moose. I've seen, so Stanko was like, hey, think about going to the Mad Moose. And I'm like, oh yeah? And I remember watching a video, but it's been a couple of years. So, he's like, yeah, I'm watching Zach's video right now. And I'm like, alright. So, if you guys don't know, Zach Attack puts out really good content. He's been racing the hard enduro scene for a while. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let me go put it on. And I put it, all I see is Zach, who's a way better rider than me, struggling the whole time through this race. And I'm like, is that supposed to be your selling point to me? The guy who's struggling on a hair scramble race because I'm so out of shape? So, I don't know. So then I kind of put it out of my mind. And then he's talking about it again. I was like, hey, you know what? 1 month. I could, you know, get in a little exercise, get tiny bit of conditioning in, if I made it a little bit, or if they have a couple different classes that might avoid some of the really, really gnarly stuff that, you know, I could enter in. But, I don't know. We'll still see. So I was third gear, pulling that hill. Not bad. Of course, you know, the action cameras really take some of the steepness. So this angle looks pretty decent. It must be the hill climb sometimes and just really even it out. I didn't plan on talking much this video, but here I am, a little chatterbox. Yeah, I did feel like a little squirrel sometimes on some of these sections. I was getting like bounced by rocks, bounced by sand. Sometimes I just had like my legs out everywhere trying to stay upright, counterbalancing myself. But I did, I zeroed it, well, not exactly zeroed, but I lifted out my front fork O-rings. So they're like travel indicators. And I lifted them up probably about, I don't know, 10 inches or so. That way I can see how much suspension travel I used this race, and I probably had about a ½ inch left, so I was going through the stroke pretty good. I think it's mostly the whoops that were getting me going through here. Whoops, whoops, whoops. There were pretty deep ones that I could tell I was using a lot of suspension travel on it, and I thought about tightening it up a tiny bit, but yeah, I didn't want to mess with anything. The bike's feeling pretty good how it is. I was very curious. Yeah, see, told you I can't talk. Courteous this race. When I had someone coming up on me, I found that perfect spot, let them by. I knew I wasn't going to be like competitive this race, and I just really wanted to come out and have some fun with it. Which I did have a couple, I won't say close calls, but one of them was, I'm not sure if it's going to be in this first lap, but I believe it's one of Adam Wolf's boys come flying by, and I for some reason had to stop on the hill climb. I probably get loose with it, and then I jammed him up right behind me on the hill. So then I got going again, and then I think one more time it might have happened, and then he went flying by me, and I see the back of his jersey that said Wolf. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Adam. And then another one, I was getting over, and I was in a good spot, but I've learned to make sure your good spot you're getting over is like really good. And I wanted to get a good footing down, which I had to turn my handlebars to the left. And one guy went by, and then the second guy went by, and that was Chris Yeager, and he has this Kawasaki, and he has a very unique sounding exhaust on it. So I was like, well, that would have sucked if I would have, accidentally took Chris out. Which, speaking of Chris got first place, B class. So congratulations, Chris. Man, you're moving through the ranks. I don't know, going up to A next year. Alright, so everything's going good. We're strolling, we're rolling this race. And then here's my little deja vu from one race. So I'm like looking, I'm like, alright, let's get up to here. Because I got pretty good tires on there, they're pretty fresh. I got the 300 torque, so as long as I don't get nothing too sandy, I should be able to keep creeping. Being patient. Some other people are like, that was me the one race. He did make it up pretty far. Everyone's starting to spread out here. They're looking for all the ways around. Now I'm scooting up because I don't want people to keep cutting me off. I want to make my own dang hill. So I'm just looking for those good areas where I'm going up here in the where the leaves are, because I know it hasn't been all burned up. And I think this is why there's such a big gap. Like,
Nowhere to go!
I was doing pretty decent. Like, I didn't see many, like 13 people get past me. And then when I went through the scoring on the first lap, I was like, wow, I'm a little further back than I thought. But if, say, the first half of my class got up this hill and then someone jammed up like this, they're basically 2 minutes ahead of me. I think I added up, it's about 2 minutes. I shut off my bike, trying to be patient. They're cutting to the left, but I didn't want to burn up all my energy. You guys know I've barely been making it through a whole race, so I was like, yeah, we'll just wait for these guys up here because I'm not going to burn all my energy fighting through there, falling, lifting up my bike again. Alright, so I'm about to go, and the squirrel in front of me just screwed my going. But this is a race. You can be gentlemen to a certain degree, but this is a race. Look at the Honda up on the left. He's turned all the way around. I don't know. I wasn't watching over there to see what happened. Alright, so he's going. I'm finally going to make my move. He drops it down. The squirrel is going. Sorry. 300 power. Straight up. Oh, I get stopped at the very top. Luckily, it's not sandy there. I go through.
Expert!
You know what? That'll leave the screen. But I love places that we race that have these transitions, the hills, the ups, the downs. I really like the side camber hills. Oh. So I do hope we race this race next year. Hopefully their money was good and the organization was worth what they got back out of everything. Because if you start adding in, I'd probably rate this my top 5, more like the 4 or 5, only because of the sand. The organization was on point. The trail was awesome. I just crapped against sand. But I did make it 3 laps. I could have pushed to 4th, but I was starting to feel a little...
150. 300 power through here.
Oh, I just said I was thinking about bringing out the 150, but no, 300 power. I would have had to ride that 150 way more aggressive, and it would have used up a lot more energy. I think I recorded most of the time that I raced. Oh, listen to this.
Oh, come on, you got this. He's got the Billy Bolt boots.
He's got the Billy Bolt boots. Oh, if you guys never watched Billy Bolt race, oh my god. Dude's super funny, super aggressive. Just a, man, he has a super ton of natural talent. Highly suggest going and watching his videos. Another channel that I suggest if you guys want to watch some more District 14 races is the Zombinator 3000. So another D14 guy out here putting out some videos. So always trying to, you know, help people out. Not like I'm freaking Mr. 100,000 view counter, but like helping people out. And we chit chat before the races, so that's cool. Speaking of another YouTube star, me and Captain were out there. We're running down the scenarios before the race, just hanging out. We ended up parking not next to each other, but close enough. So it's always nice. It's like part of the other part of racing that I enjoy is meeting up with your friends and talking bikes and life and all that kind of stuff. So, yep, out there chilling with Captain, Stanko, Tri Brian, and Chris. I literally spent 10 minutes after the race looking for Chris. I'm going through all these different turns and camp spots, and I can't find him for nothing. And the main reason I wanted to find him is I forgot my chair the last race, and he was nice enough to pack it up for me and said, hey, come get the next race. I'm like, yeah, I'll come get the next race, and I can't find you. But my mom came to the race. She had a chair for me. Must be a fresh cut section. I see some of the orange down for the tree cuts. And back into an old sandy section. So here, let's try the trail. I guess if you go fast enough, you just float over the top of them. Yeah, I wasn't feeling super fast through a lot of this. I'm just trying to get that flow, but I wasn't getting that flow. I don't know. I was also trying to conserve energy. I don't know. How'd you guys like this race? Since this was a lot of our first times here. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Back that way! Back that way, I think!
Someone blew through the tape. Someone blew through the tape. We gotta go back. Told you to see the red, white, and blue guy a couple times this race. Wait till I put out the video later this week of lap 2. Which is kind of funny. They must have retied that up because this only happened once. And after that, either the trail was just burned in a lot better or what, but didn't make that mistake again. And I don't even know if I didn't pay attention this time, but I'm not sure if I just followed someone over that way because they turned that way, but uh-oh. Made a sloppy transition to that. I actually took the day off work today. And I was like, if I take the day off work, I've got to get this video done. And that was really on the to-do list. I got some other stuff to do, but that takes more effort. And my body's a little bit sore. Actually, my wrists are sore. I usually don't get sore wrists. I think it was from some of the whoop, 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 whoop. Being patient back here. Being patient. There we go.
Thank you.
Back whenever Pony Jr. used to race, his YZ needed a muffler repack, and so like when he came up, it just sounded like a pack of gremlins screaming at you from behind. So you think, oh man, here comes a fast guy, he's on that pipe. No, it's just Pony Jr. coming up on you with his need to be repacked muffler. Silencer. Let's get technical. Silencer. Which, speaking of silencers, I was going to race the Jack Pine race, or sorry, Enduro. And you need a spark arrestor on the silencer. So I was like, alright, well, I can either just get a hold of the silencer or I can just go put a cap on mine. And I don't know why, but I just decided to go get the Enduro Engineering cap rather than the Turbine Core 2 or whatever by FMF. And my idea was I'll put the screen on whenever I need it. Whenever I don't, I'll just take it off. That way it's not getting all nasty and sooty whenever I'm, you know, just casually racing for places that don't need it. And there's a little bit of a gap in there. It didn't seat all the way, so I took a dead blow and kind of tapped it in more. And then I went to go take it out for this race, and nope, it's kind of stuck in there. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, now I got to figure out how to take it out for cleaning it. So yeah, should just borrow the turbine core. And I love Enduro Engineering products, but this tail cap for the spark arrestor, it literally feels like it weighs, I don't know, half a pound or something like that. And from memory, when I took off my stock silencer and put on the FMF, it was like almost half the weight. So not only did I keep the heavy silencer on, I also added like another half pound or X amount of ounces, I don't know. So I'm like, whatever. Just more weight. It's gonna make me stronger. Oh man, this thing rocks. My back end was flying, my front end's flying. Every time I came down to this area, I felt like I should be coming into scoring or something, but I didn't. You know, wasn't scoring. My pack of dogs. My alarm system is going off. Wow, I paused the video for like 1 second. Oh, I know what happened. I came around this sandy turn and I was like not 100% committed. So I gassed it a little bit. That threw me off. Gassed it the other way, let off, and then went down. And I'm actually the sand is like so loose and down that my handlebars my hand grip were like completely just gone in the sand. Like, I was like, alright, there you go. Look at all that sand. Oh my gosh. Right on the throttle side, not where you want it. Now that I've seen this video, I probably want to pull that off and make sure I got any grit out of there. Which, the bike is due for, oh, maybe that's, you know what? It's supposed to be 80 today. Yeah, the bike is due for a good wash. I've been slacking the last 2 races. Since I haven't gotten too muddy or anything, I haven't washed the bike. And I'm usually one for keeping the bike nice and clean, so staying away from that sand, recouping from lifting up this mega tank. I move around the 150 and I lift up the back end, and I'm like, just like, oh my god, the bikes are light and nice. And I go to the 300, I'm like, oh my god, this is like a battle tank. Definitely, you would think that a lot of the weight would be on the front end of it because of, you know, more where the motor's at, but man, I can feel a big difference. I was talking to Stink there about that, and moving to 150 is not hard at all. My 125 was even lighter because you don't have no electronics and that kind of stuff. Burp, burp. If you guys made it up to here, you guys are the hardcore viewers because we passed like, oh, there's 418. There's Junior. Junior, we got so many juniors. Now I got Pony Junior, then we got 418 Junior. But actually, he's older than I thought, I think. So, I guess even though I am still older, it's not like he's a teenager. At least I don't think he is. But, as I said it once, I'll say it again. He's out there making me look good for people that really don't know. You know, like if they're just, oh, 14, that must be Pony down. The fast 418 is not Pony down. I'm the go fast sometimes in a nice good straightaway, or whenever I see people, as you can tell, they're already gone. Freaking zoop, zoop. And I guess we shall come up to scoring. Whoop, 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 whoop. Dead slow, or else. Trying to look over. I didn't see the first time. That's it. That's all I got for this week, this day. Let's see what happens after that. I did add in a clip because I still actually have some battery juice left in the DJI Action 4. That's the camera that I'm on right now. And I'm strolling, looking for Chris. And have him send out a smoke signal next time. That's it. Just looking for Chris. Alright, you guys have a good day. See you on the next one.
Well, bud, I cannot find you. You know, hold on to my chair till the next race.